Hi, welcome to Sexy is Timeless Talk. I am Luisa Diaz, author of Sexy is Timeless and the founder of the Luisa Diaz Foundation, coming to you from Manhattan, New York. Today, Today we were going to have our special guest, Vera Moore. I am sure you know her from the Vera Moore Cosmetic, but she couldn't be here. So she's being honored today, right now, with the award called the Indie Award from Cosmetic Executive Woman, celebrating the brightest mind in beauty. You go, girl. We are with you, and we're looking forward to having you in the next show next time. But our guest today is our special guest. Thank you so much for being here with us at the last minute. We are so grateful to have you, Angela Yvonne.
Well, thank you so much.
Angela Yvonne, you have a YouTube series. It's all about vegan pot eats. And we're going to talk all about vegan.
Oh, awesome.
Right? I can't wait because I need to learn so much about it. Now, I would like to introduce to you my fabulous friends and co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm your lifestyle genie, and I'm coming to you live from the beach of Hollywood, Florida. Not so sunny today, by the way. I'm also co-host of Love and Design Project.
Hi everyone, I'm Delana Dixon. I'm editor-in-chief of Diva Gals Daily, where Angela is a contributor. And I'm also author of the comedy series All About Eve. And I'm coming to you, you know from where? In Grovetown, Georgia.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, how are you? Hi, ladies. How are you? You guys are looking so fabulous.
Thank you for being here. You're looking fabulous, and we are so grateful that at the last minute you're here with us. But we have so much to talk about it. So let's start with our diva chat. Okay. So Angela, darling, you decided to become a vegan.
Yes.
So tell us more about it. It was that because animal cruelty, and what? First of all, I wanted to know what is the difference between vegan and the difference between a vegetarian.
Well, there can be different definitions depending on how you want to, per se, live the lifestyle. But in simple terms, vegetarian, you're no meat, but you still can. Some of us still eat, dairy, eggs, things of that nature. But veganism, no meat products at all.
Wow. So you have no cheese, no eggs, nothing.
Nothing. But we do have vegan alternatives for those things for whenever you get a craving. But for me, I'm a vegan / plant-based vegan, and I don't do any meat at all.
Wow. And then how did you get the protein?
Well, with my proteins, you can get it from tofu, you can get it from tempeh, you can get it from seitan, which are, of course, they're processed meat. They're processed vegan products, but you can also get your proteins from fruits and vegetables. Peas have a lot of protein. Well, not a lot, but 4 grams.
Hemp seeds.
Yes, and hemp seeds as well, chia seeds. You can get all that.
I love peanut butter.
And what motivates you? What was the motivation that made you to become a vegan?
Well, what motivated me a long time ago was that my mother had gotten sick, and I was convinced that it had something to do with the food. So I was just like, I'm done with meat, because when you digest meat, it raises the acidic environment in your body. And when you have a high acidic environment, that leaves room for disease to grow. Like cancer grows in acidic environments. So when I thought about that, I was just like, well, I'm cutting out meat. I'm just going to, deal with vegetables. But for a minute, I was a vegetarian, a lacto-ovo vegetarian, which means that I was still eating cheese and eggs. But 3 years ago, I was vegan the whole time, but I seriously got done with like cheese.
Wow.
Slipping and cheating.
That must be so hard because I love cheese, but I know here our co-host, my dear Samantha, she is a vegan as well. So Samantha,
Yes.
explaining about your diet and how you got into it as well.
Wow. So this is fantastic. I'm happy to have a fellow vegan on the show. I've been in and out between vegan and pescatarian, in and out for almost, I'd say 17 years now. And I know that and it's a learning process, because the first couple times I tried to go vegan, I failed because I didn't have enough knowledge about nutrition. You really need to get really educated about nutrition, I think, to do this properly. And I think that, a lot of people use the word plant-based and vegan, interchangeably. I myself was a pescatarian. That means that I'm basically a vegan that occasionally eats fish, but I don't eat dairy or eggs.
But are you still considered a vegan or a pescatarian?
So I've been pescatarian now for most of 2020, and I have decided that I'm going back to being vegan, except for special occasions. For a little while, I really feel like I need to detox.
And what is your motivation, Samantha? Why did you decide to? Just because healthy issue, because a new diet, or because...
That's an excellent question. So shout out to AstraZeneca at their initiative for Survivors Have Heart and for Mended Hearts, and to NYU Langone. I am a heart attack survivor. Yes. And I also have genetic high cholesterol. But I also spiritually and politically and economically, I'm not pro eating animals unless it's absolutely necessary. And I understand when it's absolutely necessary. But, in general, I'm a plant-based person, and I found that I am happier when I am plant-based, and I feel better when I'm plant-based. And when I was a strict vegan, I lost a whole bunch of weight. And when I started to add in fish and too many nuts and too much oil and things like that, the weight started to go on. And certainly in my quarantine, I put on the COVID-15, and I know that I'm not the only one out there.
You're not the only one. COVID-15, well, at least not 19, so you went like COVID-15. So,
self-care, and I'm taking some time off to take care of me and my diet. But Angela, could you explain to us, what is this difference between plant-based and vegan? Because the terms get thrown around a lot.
Well, in simple terms, vegan, no meat, but you're still eating the processed foods, the fake meats and things of that nature. But when you're plant-based, your diet consists more of the plant source, like from the ground, no process, you're cooking more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And some people feel like plant-based is where they can eat some meat products, because, some people feel like their bodies do well with meat products. But for me and how I live my life, it's plant-based. I eat majority raw for the most part. And then whenever I get like a craving, I'll eat maybe a nugget. But
what do you mean raw? Explain. Like
raw is raw, where you don't eat any food that's cooked over 104 degrees.
Okay.
You can dehydrate it, you can ferment it and things of that nature. But for the most part, it's salads, smoothies, avocados, nuts.
Avocado.
Yes.
I love avocado, but I don't think I can be in an avocado diet. But do you ladies think it, Samantha and Angela, do you think that help to lose weight? This is because I know some friends who are vegan and they have gained weight.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that not all vegans are gluten-free, and also too much fruit or too much nuts or too much oils in your diet can totally ruin your vegan weight loss plans, especially if you're eating packaged vegan food.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Because
And
you have to remember, I mean, it's calories in versus calories out.
absolutely.
I've had vegan friends who, like, will eat a bag of potato chips or something and say, well, I'm vegan, there's no meat in it. So you have to make
Absolutely.
sure that your calories are good calories, even if you're a vegetarian, or a
Yeah.
vegan person.
Vegan ladies.
Well,
Right.
it's important to know
Angela.
that people think that because you're vegan, you're the most healthiest. But as you have said, eating a bag of a bag of chips or eating macaroni and cheese every day, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. And as far as seeing vegans that are overweight and things of that nature, you know, I still got weight on me because I'm greedy.
But you were sharing with us, darling, that you lost 20 pounds.
Yes, I just recently lost about 22 pounds, and that's because I've really like paid attention to what I've been putting because I love bread. I love bread.
I know,
I
me
love
too. We all love
that
bread.
nature,
We are
but I
people
also wasn't working out and things of that nature. So you can be unhealthy as a vegan. You can be,
yeah.
I don't want to say obese, but you can be a little larger than what you like to be as
Yeah.
a vegan.
Being vegan is not necessarily being healthy. You have to make a healthy choice. So I know, Dilena, my darling, you have some other questions.
Well, of course, we've been talking about health and veganism, and there's some great places that you feature in your YouTube series, Vegan.
Absolutely.
So tell us, when we're in New York City and we're socially distancing safe, where can we go for some great vegan food?
Well, my number one is Greedy Vegan.
I love it.
Greedy Vegan. There's also a new one in Harlem called Vegan Hood. And if you're wanting like vegan oxtails, macaroni and cheese, chicken sandwiches, amazing. Modern Love is a phenomenal place that they have one of the best mac and cheeses that I've ever had, and it's topped with fried tofu. If you're into wanting to get pizza, Double Zero is amazing as well. And yesterday I went to Time and Tonic, and it is a kosher, gluten-free, vegan space, and they have the most amazing cocktails.
Wow.
And for the first time, I had vodka. And
you have a vegan cocktails?
Yes. In Miami, there's a place called Planta that I love.
So, but I wanted to have an opinion here of our trainer, Dilena. Darling, as you know, we need protein. And as a professional trainer, do you think it being just a vegan, how do we get our muscle? What is your opinion about?
Well, I'm so glad Angela brought up that certain foods that are, fruits and vegetables do have a protein source, much like pea protein. A lot of people use that in their smoothies. I actually use pea protein in my smoothies because I follow more of a low carb diet, and that's lower than some whey or some other choices. And of course, there's, like you said, tempeh, and there's tofu, which has protein. Personally, I follow more of I would say I'm more plant-based. I definitely eat meat, but I do try to make choices that are more based in fruits and vegetables than grains in my life. So I'm not a big grain person in my life. But Angela, what are some of the other proteins that you can? I mean, I am the queen of peanut butter. There is peanut butter in everything. I put it in smoothies, oatmeal, cookies. I eat a lot of peanut butter.
Well, nutritional yeast is one of them. And nutritional yeast also gives you your B12s. So I put that on everything. I put it on pastas. Walnuts have protein in it. I've learned how to make walnut meat because, yeah, and it's phenomenal. It'll take the place of you making chili. But like
collard green wrap, you'll lose your delicious.
Yes.
I make them too.
Yes.
So I make it all the time. I love it.
But
so I'm obsessed with it.
I find out, ladies, for example, for me, I am think a little bit like Dilena. I need to have protein. I need to have my protein, but I'm more like love fish. I'm more like what is it called?
Pescatarian.
Yes, everything has a name. So I am more on the fish side, and I love eating clean. I am not a macaroni cheese girl. I am not eating all that. It's just, I am not a potato chip. I just, it doesn't feel that it's good for me, even though it's not. So I am very careful on what I eat. And I think that's vegan. I don't think I need to eat cheese and eggs and And I think it is a choice. Whatever work for everybody, but every work for
Absolutely.
your
But
body.
what I find really interesting is how she's saying that you can be more plant-based. So, being a person who follows a more low-carb diet, I don't eat bread pretty much at all. I know I had some this.
Never once in
I had some this week
once in a while,
for
Dilena.
a very special occasion and a very special person.
Yeah.
But usually I don't eat a lot of bread. So I'm like Samantha. I do burgers on collard green wraps. You know,
Right.
I
I
love
put my
that.
tacos inside of kale. So I have that plant-based element to my diet, and I usually do this. And something that you could do, Louisa. You have that one day a week. You have that meatless Monday.
Yes.
To do something. I make chickpeas with tomato sauce and onions and peppers and put it on top of cauliflower rice. And so once a week, I'm like, just give that body that cleanse, you know?
Yes. As long as the vegetables, I eat it. But I am not into flour. Too much flour, and besides, it's not good for my immune system. This is
Yeah.
another story.
True.
So, ladies, Angela, I know that you follow a few celebrities that are vegan. So, which are those celebrities who are vegan?
Well, Lizzo just celebrated her 6-month vegan.
Oh, wow. Really?
Fantasia just crossed over. Monique is one that's doing a lot of plant-based vegan options. Joaquin Phoenix, Lenny Kravitz. It's a long list. It's a long list.
It is like something like is the new thing, like a fashion.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think it's fashion. I think people are just making their health more of a priority. I think that's what it is. Because any diet that you choose to follow, you just adapt it to what you feel, and you have to listen to your body as well.
And you need to have to really go and research and
Absolutely.
and also, as you mentioned, and to listen that is good for your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is very important. Yes, Amanda, darling, you were going to say something.
I want to know how you handle, and I mean about both sides of this coin, the vegan police. So the people that say, oh my God, you're vegan, that's a load of hooey, that's ridiculous. And the people who are super vegan who are like, no, you can only eat raw, you can only eat this, you can't, no tomatoes, no, you know, the hard.
Samantha, you know, I like that question. Also, I want to add to that question. Some people who suddenly become vegan, and then they are suddenly, they don't feel offended if you wear leather boots or leopard, you know, skin. So, what do you think about that? That suddenly, are you that type, Angela? Because I know Samantha love leather.
No, I'm not that type.
Vegan, I will admit it, but I live in a cold climate. If I lived in the desert, it'd be cotton only.
Well, I'm not that type. And I think that when you are that type, it sort of takes away from the message of eating clean and eating healthier. And when someone is told that they're doing wrong so much, it sort of turns them off. And for me, I don't repurchase leather, but I have leather things. So if I go and pick up leather at a thrift store, it's already done. It's already been used. So I don't feel a way about it because I'm not an animal activist. I love animals, but I became vegan for health reasons because, like I said, with my mother. But with the vegan police, those are the ones that are like elitists, where they're just like, oh, you know, if my meat is if my vegetables are any close to any meat, I can't do it. Or if my vegetables looked at a meat, I can't do it. But that's just doing too much.
Too much. Okay. Well, I hope this show it's already 20 minutes. I hope this show for ladies who are watching us, you know, this is something for you and you feel like that this vegan is your thing. Do your research and go for it.
Absolutely.
Right? So before we go, Angela, we want to ask you, what do you think? What do you find sexy?
I find all you ladies sexy.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I believe that being sexy, you're showing up as your authentic self and you have no limits on what you are as a woman, as a human being on this earth. And I also believe that being sexy is something that you can grow into, because every day you're ever changing. So I would say that being sexy is showing up as your authentic self and being ever changing.
Oh, love it. And we get better. We are like the wine, right?
Yes, we're better than wine.
It gets better with age. I do believe that, and I want to add that when you really not only let the years pass by, but you work on those years, and you become wiser and you become more sexy. And that's what I talk about it in my book. That is called "Sexy is Timeless," about the 10 timeless sexy assets that lie within you that have nothing to do with physicality. Don't get me wrong, we all like to look fabulous. We are all here for divas, but we know it's not enough. It goes beyond all of that. And that type of sexy never gets old. It gets better with age. Right, girls? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for being in this show. And thank you, Angela,
Well,
for
thank
joining
you.
us today at the last minute. We love you. And
Thank
I wanted to everybody to to follow Angela on her YouTube videos, right,
you.
Angela?
It's Vegan Pop Eats
Okay.
on YouTube, and on Instagram it's Vegan Pop Eats 2. On Twitter it's Vegan Pop Eats, and on Facebook it's Vegan Pop Eats 2 as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. And also follow us on Sexy Stylish Talk.
Yeah.
So, ladies, be kind to yourself and others. And remember, if it's vegan your choice, go for it.
Go for it.
Besitos.